Yo. I will wait for people to get in the building before I start talking and running my mouth. Peace to everybody out there. Hope I got the right channel going on right now. Yep, Uncensored the Truth, I am live. What up, everybody that'll be coming in? I'll give it a couple extra seconds. All right, man, so for the people that'll be coming on to check this video out, the people that'll be coming in the chat room, salute, peace to y'all out there. We just had Spiderlope. It was an impromptu interview with Spiderlope. It was real dope that we got him on the platform. But it all kind of started with some commentary that Oh God and I had in regards to Spiderlope and what he had to say about T.I. Now, we talked about it last week in regards to what Spiderlope had to say to T.I. We gave our commentary on it, and he had something to say about it in particular to what I had to say to Spiderlope and in the manner in which I said it. Now, we pride ourselves on this platform in being uncut, raw, all the way to the truth, which we'll love and always do. But most importantly, we always want to give a certain level of respect and a certain level of admiration for the people that we speak on. Now, by no means are we ever going to be fanboys, fuckboys, or anything like that. We don't know 96% of the people that we speak about. So even with that being said, we understand the power of our platforms. We understand that the numbers that the platforms start to gain. So we will always have a truthful perspective, but will always remain respectful in regards to that. So by no means or no stretch of the imagination am I taking away my commentary in regards to what I said in regards to Spiderlope and T.I., even though Spiderlope gave great perspective in regards to why he made the response. But what I am apologizing for right now, and I am, as a man, making an apology, is how I approached that man and how I went about putting his name out there without properly even knowing who he is. Now, make no mistake about it, if this was a situation where a guy was out there doing some real fuck shit and I felt the need to maybe even put some disrespect on his name, I have no problem doing that and owning up to that. But when you look at what Spiderlope said, he didn't say anything to personally disrespect me, disrespect anybody. He had an opinion on another man, and I made commentary to that. And that always should have stayed in the spectrum and in the realm of commentary. Whether we agreed or disagreed, it should have stayed at that, and it should have never jumped to disrespect, calling somebody out of name, out of context, or anything like that. I went back and listened to the video because while we were live, he was personally saying the things that I was saying, and I'm like, nah, I didn't say that shit. Nah, I would never say that shit. Going back to the video, yeah, I definitely said that shit, and in doing it, I must have been just in the flow of doing things because I don't know Spiderlope, never met the man, never had any interaction. And like I said, the comments that he made on T.I. wasn't something to the fact where I had to disrespect him as a man. So I called him up. I personally apologized behind the scenes. I let him know that I'd be doing this video just to kind of give him a personal apology on here. Not for the comments that I made, but in the context in which I talked about him and came about his name. I think I said something along the lines of, yo ass is chasing clout or something like that. And like I said, when it comes to men, I don't know that brother like that. He took offense to it. So my personal apologies. And it is what it is. We got some people in the building. What's up? It was in the pocket of disrespect on your part, Sam. And you know what, Jay Smith? I appreciate you saying that. And as a man, I could sit back and go, you know what? I have to understand the power of our platforms and understand everything that we're saying is being digested. You never know who's watching. You never know who is out here being affected by what you're saying. And I pride myself on being truthful, being prideful, being somebody that always stands by his word. But I always want to be respectful to another man. And that's what I ultimately pride myself on. Like I said, I don't know that brother. I don't know that man personally. So for me to disrespect his manhood in a way that I would never want mine disrespected, especially if somebody doesn't know me, yeah, I have to come on here, humble myself, and say, you know what? That's my fault. And it could have easily been a situation, let me tell you, it could have easily been a situation if egos were involved, or if it was a situation where I felt that my ego was being tested because this dude was getting loud and getting in his emotion and getting in his bag. I could have started easily criticizing and doing this and doing that. But I'm a grown man. I'm a man that ultimately wants to see power and unity, in particular amongst our people. And in the height of confrontation, I'm not going to back down from that. Like I said, I don't know that man personally. If he had gripe with what I said, let's come on the platform. Let's have a man-to-man conversation about it. But at the end result, it ultimately has to come to some type of resolution so that we can build from there. I would love him to be able to come on the platform over and over again, gain a rapport, and let's properly build, as opposed to me throwing shade, then him throwing more shade, and now it's Spider Loke in beef with the Uncensored Truth. I don't look for views. I don't chase clout. That's not what we're trying to do here. We're going to give unbiased, uncut, raw truth. If you like it or not, it is what it is. That being said, we will always remain respectful, keep ourselves accountable. One thing that I always pride myself on is being accountable of all my actions. After going back and going through the interview process and listening to what the man said, not mad at me disagreeing with him, but mad in the context in which I approached him as a man, and then got to go back and listen to the commentary, I'm like, all right, you know what? Maybe let me chill on the way that I kind of came at him, apologize as a man. We can agree to disagree 100%. But if I don't know that dude, if I don't know anybody out there, let me make sure that I'm always true to myself and keep it in the proper perspective. So that's all, man. All respect and love for everybody. Love what we do, man. I love the fact that he even engages in the content, that he watched the content enough to get mad and fucking respond to us so that we could have this man-to-man conversation, because this kind of shit doesn't happen enough. And often you come on these social media platforms and that could have easily turned into a dick swinging contest, trying to search for ego and things like that. And that's not what we're looking for here, man. We all men or grown adults. Salute to all the women who also watch and enjoy the content as well. But in that situation, it was two men in particular, myself and Spider Loke, who had disagreement, who hashed it out, and I'm glad we got to do so. My brother, Oh God, like he said, he was over there. He gave his opinion. Although he disagreed with him, he gave it in a respectful manner. He felt as though I disrespected him. So I'm glad that we got to get on the platform, got us two, or all three of us, in line. And, yeah, I mean, we got to hash that shit out. So salute to everybody. So Spider Loke got you shook. Does he? That's funny as hell. So salute to everybody that's watching. Salute to everybody that rocks with the podcast, the platform. And just to respond to what my brother just said, Spider Loke got me shook. Nah, man, see, this isn't an ego swinging contest. This isn't something that I'm trying to run around and gain clout from. Like I said, this is much better and much more powerful if we're together than it is jumping around and being apart. If Spider Loke said something that or did something that was out of line, and I had to personally go at the man in a disrespectful manner, I would stand by those words. But after going back and watching what I said, watching what I did, and knowing that the brother never did anything personally to me, he just had a difference in opinion when it comes to T.I. Who am I to call a brother out his name when I wouldn't want that done to me? So, all good, man. I'm always going to be accountable for my actions. I'm always going to take responsibility for my actions. I'm always going to stand by my word. Like I said, we can agree to disagree, but I'm never going to disrespect anybody in here, man. So apologies. Salute to Spider Loke. Hopefully we can have him on the platform again. We're supposed to have TK Kirkland on the platform, but that's a busy motherfucker, man. So hopefully we can have him on next week, and that's what we do. Most would have shut him out completely. Well, see, shutting him out completely would have almost been some fuck shit. That would have been almost me acting as though I was afraid of a conversation, or we were afraid of a conversation. And we always pride ourselves in especially in our platform and the people that watch, the people that disagree with us and the people who don't agree. So if we talked about that man's name personally, then he had every right to come on here and voice his gripe and voice his opinion of what we had to say. I mean, this is what we pride ourselves on. We hope more men get to do that. I seen that he dropped a video on us. We didn't get to watch that offhand. We were watching it a little bit live, but I rather had just spoke to him and hashed it out, because you start looking at videos and then you want to respond to this and do this. And fuck all that. Let's have a conversation. Let's be man to man. and let's do what we do, man. So salute to everyone out there that watched the commentary, watched the content. We'll be dropping this. I'm sure Oh God is cutting it up right now and about to drop it on Hip Hop News Uncensored. I'm going to be dropping it on the Viral Hip Hop News. And this is what we do, man. Let me read a couple comments before I get out of here, man. This is rarely see what brothers do these days. Exactly. He put the pressure on you. How so? He had a disagreement with me. We had a conversation about it, and it was what it was. And when I look back at what his actual gripe was, which was not the fact that I had disagreement with him, but in the manner in which I approached him as a man, when I look at that and I put the shoe on the other foot, I can go, yeah, if somebody would have came at me like that, I would have taken offense too, and would appreciate if I were to approach them, they would be able to have me on their platform or sit down with me face to face and have a man-to-man conversation. That's all it is. Kansu, peace, beloved, my OG, triple OG. You know what I mean? And we got bigger moves for this platform, man. We trying to gain relationships. We're trying to gain a respectable name out here. We're not trying to gain name on clout. It would have been easy for me to sit back and go and disrespect and say this and say that, but for what? I'm just messing with you. I rock with your platform. I know you are, man. I fuck with the bullshit. I love it, but we about to have a Wake and Bake podcast. I don't know if y'all see. Got a little bit of the set. I'm sitting on the Wake and Bake podcast set right now, a little bit of it. We about to get busy in here, man. I got James Brown over there, but it's a little bit of the Wake and Bake set. About to get that popping. You heard? But salute to everybody, man. Like I said, if you didn't get to check out what I'm talking about right now, go ahead and watch that live stream that we just watched. Or damn, my bad, that we just dropped. It's a fucking flying here. And you can see what we had to say. We talked about Farrakhan a little bit, and then Spider Loke happened to jump into the chat room and wanted to talk to us about a video we did on him, man. So it was a great build. It was a lot of emotion, but that's what happens with brothers, man. You got to enjoy the build. You got to enjoy other motherfuckers' perspectives, man, and we can grow from it and move from it. So salute to everybody out there. I'm about to get my Wake and Bake on how we do, and I'm out of here, man. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. We out of here. Oh, Spider Loke is in the building. Salute. Community revolution in progress. Yes, sir, man. I just told him we had a little bit of a brief conversation. More me talking than anything. Just apologizing man to man to you, family. Like I said, we can no problem agreeing or disagree. No problem having any disagreement on that. But we got to make sure that we respect each other properly. And when I was listening to what was going on and I actually understood the context in which you were upset, it wasn't the fact that we disagreed. It was the fact that I talked to a man in a way that he didn't deserve to be spoke to. The man never did anything to me. His commentary on T.I. wasn't anything that I deemed disrespectful enough to do that. So my apologies, man. I can humbly say that. Salute. Got nothing but respect for him. And this is a blessing in disguise because now we all have a build together. We have a fellowship together. Now we're going to be able to have that brother on our platform later on to have a good build and some great conversations. So salute to everybody. I'm about to get this blaze on. Love each and every one of y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.